Alyssa, I don't think that every situation and every relationship is black and white. There are always gray areas and exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, I do believe our energies match up with like energies. So just hear me out here for a minute. And I'm so incredibly willing to be vulnerable, so I'll use myself as an example here. When I was in my early 20s, I wasn't a bad person per se, but I was a toxic person. I hurt myself more than I hurt others, but I didn't respect boundaries. I lied a lot. I was a very envious person and was ridden with hate. I didn't feel well because I didn't take care of myself. I was resentful and sad and angry and ashamed, and every dark, low energy you can think of, that's what I was. So I was surrounded by people who had the same energy, and each person behaved differently, but they were all the same in one way. They didn't have my best interest at heart. I didn't have their best interest at heart. They were there to tear me down, not build me up, but I was tearing myself down. We attract what we are. We really do. And if you allow a person to treat you horribly for years and years, that is a reflection of your energy. There is something buried in your subconscious that keeps you around the abuse. And you may not be treating them horribly, but by sticking around, you're treating yourself horribly. And that sends a big old message out to the universe. Now let's flip the coin. When I started valuing myself and learned about energy and how it matches to like energies, I started cleaning up my energy. I took responsibility for my actions that had caused me a lot of problems. I admitted my faults, which led to reversing some bad habits that were killing me. I developed an awareness of how many gifts and talents I had been given, and I became grateful for those instead of just letting them go to waste. I started believing that I could be happy and that I could be successful and wealthy and healthy instead of a victimized person who had been behaving like some loser when I was the furthest thing from a poor, pitiful little victimized loser. I changed my whole mindset about myself, and without even trying, my inner circle vanished. They didn't want to be around me anymore because I no longer gave them what they needed. I stopped entertaining people with my sad stories, and they weren't interested in my new stories because those were more empowering, and they didn't like or appreciate my new confidence. The new story I created for myself, and that story was the truth, attracted people that helped me to level up even more. Much of my success and miraculous manifestations have been delivered through other people. So you posted this question, but you left another comment. You ask if the reflection theory always holds true, or are there some people out there who are just so bad that regardless of your internal beliefs, they will always be horrible to you? Here's the deal with that. At this stage of my life, I wouldn't stick around someone who treated me horribly for 5 fucking seconds. I haven't had anyone treat me horribly in, I'd say, way over a decade. My internal beliefs are a reflection of happiness, perfect health, abundance, peace, respect, confidence, and love. So I'm not going to attract anyone who is the absolute opposite of that. Now here's the gray area. We are human operating about day to day in this crazy society. So of course we'll encounter people, here and there that are horrible. But when you believe that you deserve the very best of everything, you won't be close to those horrible people, like at all. Your intuition will let you know right away that someone isn't right for you, and you'll make an eloquent exit, and you won't feel guilty or give it a second thought. So this may not be what people want to hear, but if they are close with someone who abuses them, they are somewhat responsible for that. We are infinite decision makers, and we have free will. We have the power at all times to choose who we invest our time, emotions, and energy in. If you're choosing to invest your precious time, emotions, and energy into someone who abuses you, nothing will ever change. Your life will get worse if you choose to stay. This was a heavy question that you asked, but I'm glad you did. The day, excuse me, the day that I got the memo about how the people in my life were helping me destroy myself was the day that I stepped into my truth. And my truth didn't involve abuse. So this is my opinion. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. I'm giving you my opinion, but it is an informed opinion.